Hello students, today we have seen OCM chapter number 4. In next part 4.3.8 types of partnership firm. Last lecture we have seen various types of partners. First of all, active partner, dormant partner, nominal partner, secret partner, minor as partner, partner in profits only, sub partner, partner with limited liability, and QC partner. In that we have seen point number 4.3.8 types of partnership firm. There is various partnership firms are formed. First of all, general partnership, limited liability partnership. Under Indian Partnership Act 1932, there is a three types of partnership at will, partnership for particular period, partnership for particular venture, and limited liability partnership. Under Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, the first is a general partnership. In general partnership, every partner has equal rights. General partnership comes into existence according to provision of Indian Partnership Act 1932. Partnership at will, when there is no provision in partnership agreement, so there is a period and time that is known as partnership at will. Such a partnership dissolved, any partner can give notice of his intention to leave partnership at any time. Partnership for particular period, when partnership is formed for a specific time or period, is known as partnership for particular period. For example, 6 months, 1 year, or firm dissolved after expiry of particular period. Then next, partnership for particular venture, when partnership firm is formed for particular period of business, such as partnership is known as partnership or particular venture. For example, construction of dams, roads, bridges, selling of seasonal products, etc. Limited liability partnership. Limited liability partnership comes into existence of the provision of Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008. There are two kinds of liability: partnership liability, designated partners, and general partner. Every limited liability partnership should have offers designated partners. Among two partners, one partner must be resident of India. In limited liability partnership, all other partners are general. The limited liability partnership offers some personal liability or individual partners in limited liability partnership are not for wrongful acts of their partners or for the debts or obligations of the business. Then joint Hindu family business, point number 4.4. There is an introduction of joint family business, which is known as Hindu family or Hindu family business. The firm will be designated for the Hindu family. Terms and conditions will be there. So meaning of joint stock is that according to the both male and female member will be cooperative in the form of Hindu individual family. For example, after death of husband, his property and his business go to his wife or other successor. For under Hindu family law, which consists of all persons of a common, includes their wives and unmarried daughters, is called as joint Hindu family business. So let us see features for one by one. There is all terms and points will be features, merits and demerits will be there. First of all, point number 4.4.4 features. First feature is exist only in India. Joint Hindu family business exists only in the India, and guidelines for Hindu Success Act 1956. There is various conditions and formations will be given under this act. So next is a formation. The formation process of joint Hindu family business is very simple. So every member of this family or Hindu law, every member, the member of by birth and not by any agreement, the senior most member of the family is called as Karta and minimum members of the called as co-partners. So there is a no formation process will be there. The main karta of the family is started his business and co-partners will be that in members of this particular family. So next is a membership. There is a no limit on membership. One became co-partners by virtue of birth, legal adoption or marriage into the family. Next is a joint ownership. The property of joint in Hindu family business is jointly owned by the karta and the co-partners. The business is jointly owned by 3 generations of the family. Karta is the custodian of the joint property. Then good credit standing. The joint Hindu family business is conducted for a longer period of time. He enjoyed goodwill in the market. He assured the creditor about repayment of the loan. The liability of Karta is unlimited, so bank and other financial institutions are ready to grant and loans. Then management. The Hindu family business is managed by Karta. The co-partners have no rights to participate in management of family, so there will be the management will be concerned for the particular member of the family or any business decisions took from them. So next is a profit sharing. Joint Hindu family business is not from any construction agreement, so there is no specific ratio of the profit and losses shared by Karta and co-partners. So the sharing ratio keeps on changing depending upon births and deaths in the family. Next, easy formation. Joint Hindu family business is easy to start and register for any agreement is not required for its formation. There is no restrictions for the minimum and maximum members. It comes into existence as per Hindu law. So protection of co-partners interest. Co-partners have right to demand partition. Karta takes utmost care of their interest. Quick and prompt decision. The Karta is senior most family member. Karta has experience and knowledge of the family business. Karta takes all business decisions. Karta can take right and quick decision at the right time on the basis of his experience. On the job training. The member of joint Hindu family business get training of the business skill automatically. They also observe the management of Karta. They learn many business tactics. Co-partners liability. The liability of co-partners is limited upon the existence of the shares and the co-partners will be share use this payment for the Hindu family business liability. So there is a merits easy formation, protection of co-partners interest, quick and firm decision on the job training, co-partners liability. So there is a demerits 4.6 unlimited liability of Karta. Karta always face risks for unlimited liability, so the business assets for the payment of business liability. So property of Karta is used for the payment of business liabilities. So limited there is a no funds or loans will be provided for that particular Karta family business, so the payment of the business liability will be unlimited. So limited financial and managerial resources. The funding of the joint Hindu family business are limited. Assessed property is used as a capital of Hindu family business. So next is a karta. So no separate legal status. So in joint Hindu family business, there is no family members are one and same. So the business does not separate legal status. Partition of a business, the number of members are more than Hindu family business, there will be conflict and disputes. The co-partners may be disaffected with the management of karta. It is leads of a business. So there is no partition of a business, no direct relation between efforts and towards. Karta is the manager of the family, so there is a knowledge. He uses his knowledge and skill for running business successfully. The rewards of the business is distributed among all co-partners. The hard-working as well as influential co-partners share the profit. Next is a introduction and meaning. So what is a cooperative society? Introduction. India is an agriculture country and has laid the foundation of world's biggest cooperative movement. The cooperative movement was started by the weaker sections of the society as protecting its members and their rights. After independence, cooperatives become an integral part of 5 years plan. So there is a what is the meaning of cooperative organization? Next point number 4.5.2. According to International Labour Organization, a cooperative organization is an association of persons. The Cooperative Society Act 1912, a cooperative society is a society which has two objectives for the promotions of the economic interest of its members in accordance with cooperative principles. So the various features of cooperative society, point number 4.5.4. So let us see one by one. First is voluntary association and open membership. Any persons can become the member of cooperative society. This means that there is no caste, religion, gender, etc. for a membership. So there is a open membership in cooperative society. Democratic principle. The management of cooperative society is based on democracy. All the decisions are taken on majority basis. Democracy means majority basis. So there is all decisions are make on majority basis. One member, one vote is the rule for voting according to the rules and regulations of Cooperative Act. This arranged by the society members. Then next, management. The management of cooperative society is in the hands of managing committee of members. There are elected representatives of shareholders, and all important decisions are taken by the managing committee members. So there is a committee members to day-to-day administrations of the society. Next, registration of cooperative society is compulsory. Every cooperative society must follow rules and regulations of Indian Cooperative Society Act 1912 and the respective state. The Cooperative Societies Act, minimum 10 members are required for the registration of cooperative society. There are members of legal documents required for the registrations. Next, separate legal status. All registrations, every cooperative society is considered as a separate legal entity for the law. Then the separate legal status will be performed for the contract, purchase property, open bank account, name, etc. The shareholders can managing committee for the particular contracts. Next is a limited liability. The shareholders of cooperative society is a limited liability. The property is not used for the payment of society's liability. Number of members. Minimum 10 members are required for the formation of cooperative society. There is no limited for maximum number of members as Cooperative Society Act. Equal voting rights. Every members have gets equal rights for the cooperative society or the shareholders. In cooperative membership is taken to all members have equal voting rights. So next is a service motive. A cooperative society provides various services to the members. In the cooperative societies, goods are available at lower rates for all the members. So there will be interest rates for all shareholders only. There is a merits for point number 4.5.5. So next, democratic management. Each members of cooperative society enjoy equal voting rights. So there is a democratic memberships. The principle of voting is one member one vote. The number of shareholders are large, so it is called as managing committee members. Next is a open membership. The membership of cooperative society is voluntary and open to all. That is, any person of any caste, creed, religion, etc. can purchase shares of cooperative society and income the member of it. There is no compulsions to join or lose of the organization. Less operating expenses. The cost of operations is low in cooperative society. The middlemen are involved. There are no advertisement expenses. Managing committee members provide honorary services, so there is a less operating expenses is there. Next, limited liability. The liability of shareholders of cooperative society is limited. There is a no limited up to the extent of unpaid amount on shares held by them. The members of the private property can be used even of the assets of the society. So tax concession. Cooperative society plays an important role in economic development of the country. The government gives many concessions of the payment of income tax up to certain limit. It helps the society for increase the profits of the societies. So next is a 6, self-financing and charity. There is a cooperative society can pay maximum 15% dividend to its members. So the utilize for charity purpose, social activities and for the growth of the cooperative society. There is a demerits 4.5.6 demerits. Limited liability. The face value of the shares of cooperative society is very less. The shareholders belongs to the weaker sections of the society. Therefore, they cannot purchase more shares of the society. So capital is limited due to low rate of the dividend. People are not invested to invest in shares of cooperative society. Efficient management. The management is in the hands of managing committee. They are the representative of shareholders. They may not possess managerial skill due to limited amount of capital and financial capacity. They are not able to appoint professional management. The managing committee members are not professionals, so there is inefficient management. Lack of public confidence. There is a huge political interference in cooperative society, so the people do not invest their money in cooperative society. Most of the cooperative society are led by political leaders, so there is a lack of public confidence. Limited scope for expansion. There is a limited capital in cooperative society. They cannot take risky project due to inefficient management. So therefore there is a less scope for expansion. Lack of motivation. Managing committee members work on the mono monocracy basis, therefore they are not motivated to work hard. Types of cooperative society. Point number 4.5.7. Consumer cooperative society, producers cooperative society, marketing cooperative society, cooperative family societies, housing cooperatives, and credit cooperatives. Let us see one by one. First is a consumer cooperative society. The consumer cooperative society is formed by consumers to obtain the daily requirement or reasonable profit. Second is producer cooperative societies. Producer cooperative society is for two types: industrial service cooperative, manufacturing cooperative. In the society undertakes to supply raw material, tools and machinery to the members. The producer work independently and sell their industrial output to the cooperative society. The input of the members is marketed by their society. Next, manufacturing cooperatives. In this type, producer members are treated as employees of the society and are paid wages for their work. The society provides raw material and equipment to the member. The member produce goods at the common place or in the houses. The society sells the output in the market and its profit is distributed among the members. Marketing cooperatives. There are voluntary association or independent who want to sell their output at remunerative prices. The output of different members pooled and sold through a centralized agency of to eliminate middlemen. So there are disputes among the members in the ratio of their outputs. Cooperative farming society. There are voluntary association of small farms who join together to obtain the economic of large scale farming. In India, the economic weak and their land holding are small. Housing cooperative societies. Their societies are formed by law and middle income of the society. The people in urban areas to have the house of their own. So the house cooperations. Some societies will be give the members of the construction for his own houses. So there is a housing cooperative societies will be formed for government agencies and arrange the loan for the financial installation and government agencies. Next is credit cooperatives. These societies are formed by poor people to provide finance and help to develop the habit of saving among members. So there is the interest of the cooperative credit and both rural and urban areas also. So there is a various forms of the societies will be there. So next is a joint Hindu family business. So what is the mean by joint Hindu family business? There is a point number 4.6.1. So there is a sections to act Joint Stock Company Act 2030. The provision of the company is mean that a company incorporated under the Companies Act 2030 or any previous company's laws. A company is a person's artificial, invisible, intangible and existing only in the eyes of laws. So there is a joint stock company business. Point number 4.6.1. Then there is a definition. A joint stock company is a voluntary association, individual of profit having no transferable shares, the ownership of which the conditions on membership and the company is a persons who affected the joint Hindu family business. So there is a features of joint stock company, and there is a various points will be regarding that the features. So there is a most of all next let us see in the next lecture. Thank you.